a row just because of just miscellaneous things that happen Thursday nights for some reason. So we'll do it in the mornings. At least I can be a little more consistent. Oh yeah, sloppy grout for a brick wall. So what I would probably do, thanks for reminding me here. So let's do a simple brick wall that we can kind of chew up in a minute. So I'm gonna again go to this polyplane here, plane 3D, and we'll go over here and we'll say make a polymesh 3D, go to geometry and do reconstruct. A couple times we're gonna fill this thing with bricks, and again we're gonna want to offset these. So I'll delete higher, hover over an edge with my ZModeler brush, polygroup, polyloop, and we're just going to polygroup these ones so we can offset them. And now, oh, and by the way, if you want to, definitely check out this nanotile plugin. I do a tutorial on it, but I use Joseph Dress nanotile to do some bird seed here. So you can kind of check that out. It's a really cool plugin for doing this tiling stuff, but we'll just do it manually here. So again, BZM, ZBrush, ZModeler. We can put in one of our chewed up bricks that we want, but we'll just do cubes for now. So what I'm going to do is hover over this, insert Nanomesh. Oh, we can also do array mesh. Should we do array mesh? Let's do array mesh instead, because we've already done this type of thing. So in lieu of that, we're going to take a cube, make it a polymesh, which I think it already was. And now we can go into our array mesh properties here. And I'm going to do this a faster way, but we can go into array mesh and you can like offset. If you do like, I want to repeat this thing 14 times, and we'll do 14 times in the X, and you can kind of set up bricks this way. You can kind of dial that in and out, and then you can do, where is it? We can append a new one, and then we can do an offset in the Z amount. I think, no, not Z, Y amount. There we go. And if we want to do multiple, we can repeat however many we want here. Now these are just instances, so when we do our Y amount, we'll kind of space these things out here. So now if I go through here and I start, let's go ahead and just Dynamesh this original one here. So now what we can go in here with our trim brush, and again, we're just making bricks. So as I'm updating this one here, it's going to automatically update our other instances. So now we can just kind of start making a brick wall here, and it just works with anything. So brush, insert BI. We'll go back. We did the other one just recently. So again, we'll put our head on here. Let's go ahead and drag a head on there, and then we'll just pull that right off, and then we'll just Dynamesh that together. And now I can just really quickly brush. Let's use that mallet. Brush mallet fast. We can kind of just go in and start chewing this thing up here like that. And again, these are all instances here, so we got to start making a brick wall like that. If you want to, I'm going to turn off, let's go ahead and delete that and delete that one. So if we turn on array mesh, we can also go to open an array mesh or go to your Lightbox array mesh presets, and there's already a brick in there. So I can double click that one, and that'll go ahead and set up my array mesh for a brick. So let's go ahead and let's go stage 1, and we'll do X amount here. Kind of space those out just a bit, and then we'll go stage 2, and we'll do, oh, it's already doing that offset here, so Y amount, there we go. Kind of space those out a bit. Anyway, actually, you know what, we should probably start with just, let's keep this simple. I'm going to grab our cube 3D here, make it a polymesh 3D, go to our array mesh, go to Lightbox, and we'll just do this array mesh offset brick here. And now if we go to the original one here, we can hit W, and I'm just going to make this thing. I'm going to use transpose, lock position, lock size, and then I'm going to move the pivot over here. So hopefully, and as you can see, I'm not the best. Oh, you know what? I don't want to use transpose. I want to. I don't want to turn on transpose because that's going to do some weirder stuff. So I just want to use transpose without turning transpose on, and we'll just go ahead and scale these bricks down like so. So once we have our bricks kind of arranged the way we want, we can go ahead and say make mesh here. Let's see, make mesh. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go to make mesh, and you know what? We can just go ahead and just turn array mesh off. You can also hold down Control Shift and drag up a copy, and then move it over. And now as you continue to drag this up, so we can do hold down Control Shift and drag up a copy, and I think if you hit 1, that'll just repeat your last stroke. So you can go up here to stroke. We were talking about that earlier. And now we got this kind of built out. So if you wanted to put sloppy mortar in between those, it would be, I mean, you could do Nanomesh and sculpt through it. You could also insert a Nanomesh if you wanted to. You could get even fancier. I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. Bear with me. You can also go through here and do geometry. Let's make a polymesh 3D, and we'll reconstruct, and we'll kind of stretch this out so it's more brick shaped here. You can also go to inset all polygons, and we'll do each poly. And so you can kind of, oops, let's delete higher here. You can go through here and actually inset that here. So you can insert your mesh on these and kind of fill it. And then you can go through here, and this will be your mortar. So if you wanted to, you could isolate these. We can go delete hidden, and then you've got like a separate mortar. Actually, you probably didn't want to delete hidden. Let's go ahead and do isolate these. We can go to split hidden, and now you can just pull this back. So we'll QMesh polygroup all, and we'll just pull this back. Hold on. There we go. We'll pull that back, and it kind of flipped our normals. So we'll go ahead and flip those. That's for you guys. It's under display properties. If you ever flip your normals accidentally, you can go down here and just hit flip, and then we'll alt click this. This is our bricks, so we'll go ahead and QMesh these all back. QMesh polygroup all, and we'll go ahead and flip here. Now if we QMesh this and hold down shift, that'll just pull along the surface normal here. Same thing with this one, just pull it along. And now you've got bricks with mortar, and at this point you could just go through here and just project, turn off blur, and Dynamesh this at whatever resolution you want. And now you can kind of, let's see, again, if your Dynamesh doesn't update, just kind of touch it, and that'll re-up it. And now you can just go through here. Ooh, it's kind of doing a weird effect here. You can just go through here with your clay brush or whatever, and start just pulling that mortar through. Another good one is to go to brush, and I think there's like a blob. Go in here with your blob brush, and you can kind of just start like blobbing this mortar out if you want. Get some cool effects there. If you start sculpting through, which can sometimes be a pain, so it's on thin meshes like this, if you're using the clay brush and you Dynamesh this, it's going to do that kind of gross web stuff because it's pulling through the back. Make sure for your brushes, go down here, clay brush, brush settings, go to auto masking back face, and that'll just make it so that as you're brushing out, it doesn't grab the back, because it's based on your brush size. If your brush size is bigger than the thickness of the mesh, it'll want to pull through, so you have to turn that on. So it's that global, so you got to go in your blob brush and turn on back face, and then it'll work. And it's also, most of these brushes kind of work around here. So if I go into my standard brush, you're going to see it's kind of allowing these bricks to block the brush here. If you don't like that, just go over here to transparent and then turn on ghost, and now it'll allow you to sculpt through here. Now, however, if that is just a pain to kind of work on the grout separately with like spaces in between them, you can get rid of those. So we can just go in here. Let's do select rectangle. Let's go ahead and we'll just kill all of this. Hold down Alt, and then we'll do geometry, modify topology, delete hidden. And now I can just mask this interior space here. Control click to invert that mask. We'll just use transpose to kind of pull these verts together like so. Control drag again. And that'll just make this one solid mesh here. Or you could just drop in